Hello everybody, my name is Marlo. Today I've got a quick little tutorial showing you how to build this tent design, as well as a diagonal variation, which we'll get to afterwards. All of the blocks you're going to need for this build are here on my hotbar, and of course if you want to use a different color wall block then you can go on ahead, but I'm going to be using white. So first things first, we're going to have a line of 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 wall blocks, leave a gap of 3 and then place 5 more over on the other side. We can then have 3 on top of those we've just placed, and now we're going to need to have a temporary block in each of these corners here and then place a wall block inwards by 1. So temporary block, another one coming in, and get rid of that one, and then we can do the same round the back for these two over here. On top of those 4 wall blocks we've just placed, we want to have a line of 5 going across just like this from one side to the other, and then on top of those blocks in the center we can have 2 more with another line of 5 going all the way across, and that right there is the general shape of the tent. Now we can grab all of our spruce items and have a stair next to each of these bottom wall blocks here, an upside down one just above it facing inwards like that, with another stair on top of those two we've just placed down. Then at the very top here we can have a slab, and our fences can go all the way down to the bottom, and then we want some trapdoors on the inside of this bottom stair here, as well as the outside of this upside down one, just like that. So we should have something looking like this, and now we can swing around to the other side and do the same again. Once you've got that done, you can then come up to the top of the tent and have 4 fences in the center here, just like this, with a line of trapdoors going all the way across the top. And that right there is the actual tent design all done. For the most part anyway. If you want to get into the tent itself, you're going to have to make some modifications, because right now there is no way inside. So what I like to do is just break out the bottom floor here of grass, and then as you can see, you can shift under that stair and fit in here nicely. And it also gives you a little bit more room inside the tent itself, and then you can grab your fences and place 2 more either side just like that. What you do inside of here really is entirely up to you, but I'll just show you what I would do personally in a survival situation if this was maybe a cool little starter home. So I would most likely get rid of all of this dirt here on the side and replace it with some useful blocks instead. So obviously we're going to need some storage, so we're going to line some barrels going all the way across with a crafting bench in the middle, and then we're going to need some furnaces to smelt our early game iron and maybe some food as well. That's why we've got the smoker and the blast furnace, and then maybe just a little bit of extra storage. Obviously replace these with any other items you may want to use instead, potentially a loom or a cartographer's table, something like that. But obviously we're going to need our bed in the center. Just going to put a block behind it with a lantern on top so we can light this place up nice and bright. There are a couple of other details we could add in, such as some texture variation to our floor down here. So just putting a little bit of coarse dirt around the place, maybe even some path blocks here and there, possibly a little bit more on the outside here, as well as a campfire, just to really bring out that camping feel. So that is how you make a tent in Minecraft. I'm just quickly going to show you the diagonal variation in case you want to make a full-blown campsite similar to the one I have here in my survival series. Again, on my hotbar is all of the materials we're going to need. A little bit less wool for this one right here, but we can start by placing 2 wall blocks just like that and bring them up by another one on top of those. Leave a gap of 1 in the middle and do the same on the other side. And now we need to have 3 more blocks above those, so we're going to have to place a temporary one underneath each of them and get rid of them afterwards, just like that. And then we can have 4 more blocks at the top here. So lots of temporary blocks you need to build on diagonals, that's quite often the case, but that right there is the wall shape for the tent. To add in our spruce wooden supports, just like our tent over there, we can come to the side of the wall block here and place down a stair with a trapdoor on top, flick it upwards and place an upside down one on the back, and then we can have another trapdoor on the front. We can do the same over here, so stair, trapdoor and flick upwards, upside down stair with another trapdoor just below, pretty similar to the other tent at the moment, and we're going to continue that by placing a stair on top. And now is where it gets a little bit different, so we're going to have a slab on the top part of that stair there with a trapdoor on top of that, with a slab in the middle, and then we can bring our fences down by 3 with 2 either side, just like that, and then of course do the same over here. Once you've got that done, you can then come up to the top of the tent here and have 2 fences on either side of the outer wall blocks just like that, and then line the top with some more trapdoors. I like to rotate when I place these down just so they're not all facing the same direction, which makes it look slightly bit more interesting. And you don't actually need to modify the terrain at all to get into here, you can fit nicely under that stair without having to take out any of the ground below, but you may just want to fill in this block and this block here, otherwise it looks a little bit weird that way. That right there is the diagonal tents all done. I thought I would just add this into the video quickly in case some of you were looking to build multiple tents and wanted to add a little bit of variation so they don't look all the same. I really hope this video helped you out if you were looking to build something similar to this. Thank you ever so much for watching. Enjoy your new tent if you decided to make this in your own world, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.